Dear students, now let me move on to discuss about the continuation of electric dipole. In the last class, I will tell you, when I told you that axial line and equatorial line of a dipole, right? Now, how do we find the electric field due to a dipole at any point on its axis and at any point on the bisector line? For that, so for the first, so let us consider the first one as, if we consider the axis of a dipole, what is the electric field at any point on the axis of a dipole, that we have to find out. So for that, let us consider an electric dipole. Here I am considering an electric dipole. We know dipole consisting of two charges. So two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance, right? So now this is an electric dipole. Let O be the dipole center. From the dipole center, each charge is at a distance of A from this dipole center, right? So the total distance of separation is 2A, that is dipole. And from the dipole center, the distance is A. So from each charge to center, it is A. Now, let us consider any point on this axial line. Axial line is a line passing through the axis and dipole center of a dipole. So, now consider any point M. We call it as an observation point. Observation point means any point at which we can find out a electric field, that is called as an observation point. Here I am taking M as an observation point. At this point, we need to find out the electric field due to both the charges in the dipole. Let us consider this observation point is at a distance r from the dipole center. So from the dipole center, the observation point is at a distance r. Okay. So now let us consider the dipole moment. We know dipole moment is acting from negative to positive charge, right? So the direction of dipole moment is represented by the unit vector, that is p cap. The magnitude of the dipole moment is given by P is equal to Q into 2A. Let us take this as equation 1. Then electric field due to this positive charge. Electric field due to plus Q. Electric field due to the positive charge, that is plus Q charge at M, at the observation point, is given by, we write E plus Q. Electric field due to positive charge at M is E plus Q, and that is given by, from Coulomb's law, we write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. The charge is plus Q. So Q divided by distance of this M from the charge Q is. See, M to this charge distance is, we don't know, but we know the distance from this dipole center to this charge is A, right? Distance from dipole center to plus Q is A, and dipole center to M is R. From R, subtract this A, so we get distance between these two. That's why we write the distance between these two is R minus A whole square. So obtained by subtracting A from R. Okay. And this field, since this is a positive charge, we know due to positive charge, electric field is acting outward, right? So, electric field due to this positive charge is acting outward, and this is the direction of E plus Q. So, the direction of electric field is acting, see, along the direction of dipole moment. Right. That's why expression for electric field at M due to plus Q is vector E plus Q is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R minus A whole square into P cap, that is acting along the direction OM. O to M direction. Let us take this as equation 2. And then, so electric field due to the negative charge. What is the electric field due to negative charge? I mean minus q at M. Electric field at M due to this negative charge is given by E minus Q. I mean vector E minus Q. From Coulomb's law we write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q divided by charge. Magnitude of charge is Q. So divided by the distance of M from this charge is, see, M to O is R and O to this minus Q is A. So we write the total distance is R plus A. Therefore, the distance between the charge and the observation point is R plus A whole square, and that is acting. Due to negative charge, the field is always acting inward. That means the direction of field due to this negative charge, that is E minus Q, is acting towards this charge. That is in this direction, which is opposite to the direction of this dipole moment. In order to represent the opposite direction, we consider the negative sign. Let us take this as equation 3. That is minus. Then, so we know how to apply the superposition principle, right? So, by applying the superposition principle for this, according to the superposition principle, the total electric field at any point is nothing but the vector sum of the electric fields due to the number of charges. So, according to that superposition principle, the total electric field E can be written as vector E plus Q plus vector E minus Q. From equation 2 and 3, we know the value of E plus Q vector value and E minus Q value vector, right? Substitute these values in this equation. Therefore, the total electric field is vector E is equal to, vector E plus Q means 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q divided by R minus A whole square into P cap. Then plus E minus Q value is minus 1 by, minus into plus is minus, therefore minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R plus A whole square into P cap. Now here we can take 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q and P cap as a common. So we can write vector E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So into Q also be taken as a common. So Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, take it as Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. The remaining is here, remaining Q and 4 pi epsilon naught is taken outside from the two expression, right? So remaining is 1 by R minus A whole square, remaining minus here 1 divided by R plus A whole square, and here P cap also be taken as a common. Now we need to find the value of 1 by R minus A whole square and 1 by R plus A whole square. For that, let us take 1 by R minus A whole square. So minus 1 by R plus A whole square. That is equal to, now this can be taken as LCM, right? So by taking this as an LCM, we write R minus A whole square into R plus A whole square. R plus A whole square into 1 is R plus A whole square, and by writing this R plus A whole square, minus into plus is minus, 1 into R minus A whole square is R minus A whole square. Now see, this is in the form of A plus B whole square, right? So we write this as A square plus B square plus 2AB. That means R square plus A square plus 2AR minus, this is R square plus A square minus 2AR. So we write minus of that as minus R square, or simply you write as it is, minus of R square plus A square minus 2ar minus 2ar. Okay, divided by, see, we can take this as a whole common, so r minus a into I mean this individual, instead of writing a square individually, I will write the whole square, right? R square minus of plus is minus r square, gets cancelled. A square minus of plus is minus a square, that's also gets cancelled. Plus 2ar minus of minus is plus 2ar. So 2ar plus 2ar is 4ar divided by, so this is in the form of a minus b into a plus b. A minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square. Therefore we write r square minus a square whole square. Okay. Now substitute the value of this, that is 4ar by r square minus a square whole square, into this expression. That's why we get vector E is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught into. So instead of this we can write this expression, that is 4ar divided by r square minus a square whole square into p cap. Right. See, if we consider a short dipole, so as compared to the distance of the charge from dipole center, the observation point distance from the dipole center is too large. That means here, if we consider a short dipole, if r is very much greater than a, if this r is greater than a, then as compared to r square, a square is too small and it can be neglected. That's why we write, so by neglecting the a square value, approximately we write this value as, just neglect this, remaining is r square whole square. R square whole square is nothing but r to the power of 4. Okay. Now substitute this value in this equation. So we get vector E is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught into, so this 4ar can be written as 2 into 2a. 4a can be written as 2 into 2a into r divided by, this one is r4. This value is r to the power of 4 into p cap. This r and r to the power of 4 only, so r gets cancelled. Remaining is r cube only. Right. So now see, from equation 1 we write q into 2a is nothing but the dipole moment, that is p, right? So now substitute the in place of q into 2a as p. So we can write this equation as vector E is equal to, see, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q into 2a is p. So 2 can be written as it is, 2 into q into 2a is p divided by r cube into p cap. This is the expression for electric field at any point on the axis of a dipole or axial line of a dipole. And the axial electric field, electric field at any point on the axial line is acting along the direction of dipole moment. That means the direction of the electric field at any point on the axis is along the direction of dipole moment, that is from negative to positive charge. Okay. So now let we move on to discuss about the electric field at any point on the bisector line of a dipole. So in order to discuss electric field at any point on the bisector line or equatorial line, let us consider as usual an electric dipole. Here I will consider the electric dipole that is consisting of two charges, that is plus q and minus q, which is separated by the distance called as dipole length. From the dipole center, each charge is at a distance a. Now consider this is at the point A and this is at the point B. Now in order to find the electric field at the equatorial, at any point on the equatorial line, So now first draw an equatorial line. It is the line passing through the dipole center and bisects the two charges equal. Now consider any point M, observation point on this equatorial line. Okay. So now consider this observation point M is at a distance R from the dipole center Now the electric field at the point M due to this positive charge can be found by, for the first time, let us consider the dipole moment direction is from negative to positive charge, that is P cap, right? So, the magnitude of the dipole moment can be written as P is equal to Q into 2A. Let it be equation 1. Magnitude of dipole moment is P is equal to Q into 2A. Here P is the dipole moment of this dipole and Q is charge strength. So, or magnitude of the any charge in the dipole. Either of the two charges in a dipole, and 2A is the dipole length. Right. So then magnitude of the electric field. At M, magnitude of electric field at M due to positive charge, that is plus Q charge is given by, due to positive charge we can write it as E plus Q. We are considering only magnitude here. So we can write E plus Q is equal to, from Coulomb's law, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by. So distance of this observation point from A is AM. Right? AM. So we write, AM square. Square of the distance means AM square. So then let us take this as equation 2. And direction of this electric field is, magnitude is this one, and direction of this electric field is, due to positive charge electric field is acting radially outward. So this electric field due to positive charge is acting in this direction. This is the direction of the electric field at M due to this positive charge, that is E plus Q vector direction. Okay. And in the same way, magnitude of electric field at M due to negative charge is similarly due to negative charge, minus Q charge is. So what is the expression for electric field due to this negative charge? That is vector E minus, here we are considering only magnitude, right? So E minus Q is equal to, from Coulomb's law, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q divided by distance of this observation point from the negative charge, that is from B, is nothing but Bm. So we write square of the distance means Bm square. Let it be equation 3. And due to this negative charge, so we know due to negative charge electric field is acting inward. Therefore due to this negative charge, so the direction of electric field is acting towards that charge. Okay, that is vector E minus Q direction. Then, so we need to find out the total field at this point. According to superposition principle, total electric field at any point is the vector sum of the electric fields due to number of charges. So, we have to consider resultant of these two electric fields as the total field. Resultant of these two fields will lies in between these two only. Therefore, this is the direction of the resultant electric field, that is vector E. Okay. So then, according to superposition principle, we write vector E value. Here, we don't know the value of AM square and BM square, right? So now, let us find out the value of AM square and BM square. For that, let us consider the triangle AOM. By using the triangle AOM, if we consider this as the triangle AMO, from Pythagoras rule, we write hypotenuse square is always equal to opposite square plus adjacent square, right? So we write AM square is equal to AO square plus MO square, right? So we write it is nothing but OM square plus OA square. So AM square is equal to OM square is nothing but OM value is R, then OA value is A. So we write, so OM square means R square plus OA value is A square. This AM is equal to, here if we consider the triangle BOM, the same thing apply. So BM square is also equal to the same value. That means we write AM square is equal to R square plus A square, that is equal to BM square. See, here AM square is equal to BM square, right? Now see the equation 2. E plus Q is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by AM square. That's value is R square plus A square. And E minus Q is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by BM square. BM square value is also R square plus A square. That means both equation 2 and 3 are equal. That means if we want to find out the magnitude of electric field at any point on the equatorial line, the electric field due to both the charges in a dipole is equal in magnitude. Okay, so we write, so vector, E plus Q, magnitude of the electric field due to the positive charge is equal to magnitude of the electric field due to the negative charge. And it is equal to, both are equal, and we know the value of AM square and BM square. Okay, that is nothing but R square plus A square. So substitute these values. So we write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square plus A square. Let it be equation. One of the equation, that is 4. Okay. Now see, this is in magnitude, but directions are not same. They are different. Now we have to find out the total field. In order to apply the superposition principle, we need to know the, so what is the field acting along this direction of total field. So that's why let us consider. So I am taking the widest view of this. So here this is the bisector line, right? This is the bisector line, and here is the direction of total electric field direction. Now take this as the direction of vector E plus Q, field due to positive charge, and this is the direction, that is field due to negative charge. Right. Now consider the angle between the direction of electric field due to the positive charge and the total field is theta. So, and also angle due to, angle between the electric field due to negative charge and the total field as also same, theta. Okay. If we resolve the directions of electric fields, that is vector E plus Q and vector E minus Q, into two rectangular components, then we write, so by resolving vector E plus Q, so along the direction of vector E, we get the, since this is adjacent to this direction, we get adjacent component, that is E plus Q cos theta. Along this direction, we get E plus Q cos theta. Here we get E plus Q cos theta. And this is opposite side, right? So we get here E minus Q, sorry, E plus Q sin theta. E plus Q sin theta. And again resolve this vector E minus Q also. By resolving E minus Q, so since this is adjacent to this, we get E minus Q cos theta here. And at the opposite side, we get E minus Q sin theta. Now, according to the superposition principle, the total electric field is given by vector E is equal to vector E plus Q plus vector E minus Q. So, if we sum up all these, see this vector E plus Q cos sin theta and E minus Q sin theta are equal, because E plus Q is equal to E minus Q in magnitude, right? So E plus Q sin theta and E minus Q sin theta are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So they get cancels with each other. Then remaining is E plus q cos theta and E minus q cos theta, and both are acting along the direction of this total field. So these two are summed up. That's why, so according to superposition principle, total electric field is E plus q cos theta plus E minus q cos theta into the direction E along vector E, and this vector E is opposite to the direction of dipole moment, right? In order to represent that opposite, we consider the negative sign, so minus p cap. But E plus q and E minus q are equal, right? So E plus q cos theta plus E, instead of E minus q, we write E plus q only, E plus q cos theta. That is nothing but we write 2 minus of 2 E plus q cos theta into p cap. But we don't know the value of cos theta, right? See, here we have taken angle theta, here also we have taken angle theta. If this is theta, from the concept of correspondence angle, we can write this is also theta. If this is theta, from the concept of alternate angles, we can write this as also theta, right? So now, so in the triangle AMO, here we are having theta, right? Now define cos theta. Cos theta is equal to, cos theta definition, adjacent by hypotenuse. So adjacent means AO, by hypotenuse means AM. We know AM square value and BM square value as R square plus A square. But AM value or BM value will be equal to, now take this square to this side, we get R square plus A square whole power 1 by 2. Now substitute this value. AO is A divided by AM is R square plus A square whole power 1 by 2. Right. So now substitute this cos theta value. Therefore vector E is equal to minus of 2 into E plus Q or E minus Q, both are equal, and its value is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q divided by R square plus A square into cos theta value is nothing but A divided by R square plus A square whole to the power of 1 by 2 cos theta value into P cap. Now see, Q into 2A, right? So here we write vector E is equal to minus of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. This can be written as Q into 2A divided by, see, base value is same, that is R square plus A square, and power is here 1 and here 1 by 2. So 1 plus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. Therefore we write R square plus A square whole power 3 by 2 into P cap. Right. From equation 1 we can write, so Q into 2A as P. Therefore we write vector E is equal to, vector E is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P divided by this R square plus A square whole power 3 by 2 value that we have to find out. Okay. So now in the next step, R square plus A square whole power 3 by 2 can be written as, if R is, see, for a short dipole, R is very much greater than A. So if R is very much greater than A, then, so as compared to R square, A square is too small and it can be neglected. So we write R square. By neglecting this, remaining is R square power 3 by 2. Okay. So R square plus A square whole power 3 by 2 can be written as R square power 3 by 2, and this 2 and 2 gets cancelled, that is equal to R cube. Now in this, so we can substitute R cube. Therefore vector E is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into P divided by R cube into P cube. This is the expression for electric field at any point on the bisector line of a dipole. And the direction of the electric field due to the equatorial at any point on the equatorial line is always, here negative sign represent opposite to the direction of dipole moment. So at any point on the axial line, electric field is along the direction of dipole moment. At any point on the equatorial line, electric field is always opposite to the direction of dipole moment. Okay. Now, so let me compare the expressions for electric field at the axial line, at any point on the axial line and bisector line. So for that, let us consider the expression for electric field, magnitude. I am considering only magnitude. Expressions for electric field at any point on the axial line is given by, E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p divided by r cube. Only magnitude I am considering. And electric field at any point on the equatorial line is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into p by r cube. See. Now consider this equation. Electric field at any point on the axial line can be written as, so now take this 2 to this side, 2 into 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught p by r cube. Means it is nothing but electric field at any point on the equatorial line. That means magnitude wise the electric for the same dipole. If we consider a dipole, for the same dipole, electric field at any point on the axial line is always equal to twice that of the on the equatorial line and twice the electric field on the equatorial line. Okay. So thank you. I will continue in the next class.